Hey guys, welcome back to the Keystone Central Railroad, brought to you by DG Model Works. This video here is a follow-up to my Intermountain SD40-2s. If you remember my video on these, it's probably been a couple months now. I bought two new ones and had problems with the trucks on both of them. And I talked to Intermountain, got in touch with them, and they sent me new trucks, replacement trucks. I just now finally had a chance to sit down and work on them. So I wanted to touch base with you guys and kind of inform you of my findings and my results. So as you can see here, I have one already done and it runs beautiful. I'm really happy with the outcome on this thing. It runs so nice now that I really like this thing. Let's put it to you that way. It's amazing how when you have a decent running model, how much more you like it. If you guys know me and seen my videos, that doesn't happen very often for me anymore. So when I get one that runs really nice, it's kind of fun to play with. So let's take a closer look at this one, and I'll explain what I did to this one, and then I will show you where I'm at in the progress as far as fixing the other one. I currently have it tore apart here right now, so I thought what better time to stop and make a video. So alright guys, hang on there. Alright guys, here is number 3378. The problem that I had with this one, just to refresh your memory, was the wobble at low speed steps. Right around like 2 speed steps or whatever, it had a real bad wobble to it, which was a known defect from Intermountain. Some people didn't have any problems, some people did, and Intermountain made new trucks. Believe it or not, it was from the trucks that was causing the wobble. And here you see the bad truck that I removed. I did one truck at a time, and just so happens it was the front one that was causing the wobble. So I only had to replace the front one, at least right now anyways. But this is the bad truck, so we got rid of that. I did try to check this one to see if there was anything noticeably wrong with it before I replaced it with a new one, and there really wasn't. Now as we go further in this video, I will explain to you something though. I noticed a lot of these trucks, this one and even some of the newer ones I bought, they kind of were, I want to say, warped. If you guys have remembered back in the day, Athearn had some problems with warped trucks. When I took this out and set it on the track just by itself, it wasn't sitting exactly a level. Like not all wheels wanted to sit on the track at the same time very nice. It had a little bit of a wobble to it like this, which was easily fixed just by grasping it. I just grasp it and twist a little bit, don't go crazy, and that straightened it right out, which back in the day with some of the Athearn ones, I even got in touch with Athearn and they said that was one of the fixes for theirs. Well, not to get into Athearn, this really isn't a video about Athearn, but a lot of you guys would probably remember that, and sometimes that fixed it, sometimes it didn't. So far on all the trucks that I had these that were slightly, I don't know if they were warped or just things weren't quite in line, but just giving it a slight twist and fixed that issue right away. So that wasn't a big deal, but I did notice that while I had the trucks off, that was something I definitely checked, and might as well take care of it while you can. So I did that, and like I said, I replaced this truck, and the other one I didn't have to do anything with. But like I did with all of these, even the new ones that I put on, that's a new truck there, I went ahead and popped the gear cover off the bottom. Now the new ones I got especially, and this one here you can see some lube at some gook there at the top. But other than that, these trucks were pretty dry as far as they weren't packed with grease or anything like you normally see. Normally you have to clean them out. These ones I didn't, except for that little bit right there. But so whatever. While I had the trucks off, and this was the only one I didn't have to remove, but I did pop the gear cover off the bottom anyways, and I lubed them up with some Labelle 102 gear lubricant, and that really helped that out too. And I'll explain why I did that here as we move forward. But also it was a good thing to do anyways. Surprisingly, they weren't heavily packed with grease, which is a good thing. Alright, so all I had to do was swap this front truck out, and it runs great. No more wobble whatsoever. Low speed steps, it runs beautiful. Really nice running locomotive now. So I'm very happy with it. This is a sound unit, as you could tell. Sounds really nice. It has Loc sound in it, which I plan on reprogramming with full throttle features. I do have the Loc programmer, which I have not unboxed yet, so that's something new I have to do moving forward. But that will get some reprogramming done to it. But other than that, man, it's ready to go, and it's really nice. Alright, now let me show you the progress I'm making on the other one. I figured it would be a good point to stop and show you that while it's tore apart. So let's move on. Alright guys, let's take a look at this other one that I'm working on right now. This one is a non-sound unit, but it does come with a speaker baffle already in it. That's where the speaker goes in these Intermountain SD40-2s. One thing I noticed when I took these apart was how easy they are to work on. There's nothing to them really. Once you take the shell off, everything's right there, and you don't have to take a bunch of stuff off to do something. And the shell just comes off by undoing each coupler pocket, removing them, unscrewing them, removing the coupler pocket, and the shell lifts off. And then this is what you're left with. Let me pan up here for you. There's the shell. Now you'll see the plug right here. That plug plugs right in here. All you have to do is remove that plug, and the whole shell is free to do as you please. And then this is all your LEDs. I know this video isn't about the lighting, but I was really surprised to find that these are direct LEDs, like straight into the ditch lights and also the headlight and tail light. There's no light piping, which is pretty nice actually. But anyways, set that out of the way. So that once you can just unplug that, and the shell's even out of the way for you. And then this one, like, just to remove the trucks, all you do is you unplug the whichever truck you're working on. You just unplug it from the board, like any other trucks. You just pop the worm gear cover off, and you can pop out the drive shaft and the worm gear, and just the truck just drops out the bottom like normal, like any other one pretty much. So I mean, it's all open right here, very easy to do, simple. Honestly, this would make me want to buy more of these just because of how easy they are to work on if you have to. And the rear one's the same way. The only thing you have to do is remove the speaker or the speaker baffle, and that's only just held on by 2 little screws. Unscrew that and just lift that out of the way, and then you got access to your rear truck, and same thing. Just unplug it and remove it. So that really makes it a lot easier. And like I said, even the non-sound one comes with a baffle, so if you were to buy a speaker, you already have their baffle. And then, you know, as far as the boards, everything's just plug and play. Really nice, really nice. It's nice and open. Of course, it's lacking on the weight because of everything being open like that, but it's still got enough weight to it. I'm not upset by that. But I really like that about these Intermountain SD40-2s. Very easy to work on. Now, as far as the problem with this one, if you remember, it had a grinding, popping, snapping noise coming from it as it was going around curves. And so I thought I would, before I would replace the trucks, I would see if I could find something wrong with them. And here's one of the new ones. And when I got these, I just decided to push them by hand before I did anything with them. And since they're not hooked up to any motor or anything, they're free rolling. And when I would move them, I could feel like little catches in them, like something was binding up every so often. And they were pretty much all that way. And as I moved them back and forth, I'd even stick them on the track and just run them back and forth with my hand. And actually, they eventually loosened up. And I guess that'd be the equivalent of breaking them in, as far as running your locomotives and breaking them in, but maybe a lot quicker. But I did notice one of the trucks, when it was new, I was doing that, and it caught real hard at one point, and it almost made a snapping sound. I honestly thought something broke. And I happened to look down to the top gear here where the worm gear goes, and I saw a chunk of plastic laying in it. So I got the tweezers out and removed that, and then it was really nice and free rolling. So I don't know what that plastic was. I think it was just an extra chunk or a flashing or something that might have been in there from the manufacturing process, because I popped the gear cover off. Like I said earlier, I popped the gear cover off all these trucks, checked them out, and re-lubed them before I decided to do anything with them. And like I said, they all kind of had that little catch into them, but eventually it worked its way out as I pushed them with my hand. But anyways, once I took that piece of plastic out, it was nice. So that got me to thinking maybe there was something like that wrong with this one. And I put it back on the track to see if I could tell which truck was making the noise, and it happened to be the rear one. So I went ahead and removed the front one, re-lubed it and everything. I checked it just by pushing it back and forth, see how it was, and got it nice and free rolling. And I put that back on. Then I took the rear one off, and I opened it up and actually found a little piece of plastic in that one too. It was just a little piece of round plastic. I don't know what it was, like a rod type plastic, just real tiny. I can't even find it now. I don't know where I put it. But I removed that out of there, re-lubricated it, checked to make sure it was running nice and free rolling. And I thought, well, before I replace the trucks, let me see if maybe that just fixed my problem. So I put the truck back on that, and I tested it, and so far it's running pretty nice. I mean, I got rid of that grinding noise from that truck now. So it could have been just that piece of plastic floating around in there catching on the gears. None of the gears were messed up on any of these. So right now I still have 3 brand new trucks. Out of these 2 locomotives, I only actually had to replace 1 truck. So with just a little bit of truck maintenance, I would say, on these things, they're running a lot better, and my problems at this moment, the problems I had with both these are fixed. So I'm anxious to get this one buttoned back up and do some running with it. So that's pretty much all I have to do now. This should be good to go. And most of these trucks, even when I had these off, I double checked them to see if they had that like warped issue where they didn't want to sit completely flat. They kind of wobbled a little bit. And what I did, I just took them and twisted a little bit and straightened them out. And that's all I had to do. And that fixed that problem. So I got a little bit more work to do in this. If you recall, this is the one that came with the missing fuel filler neck. And I actually have it. I had them send me a new one of those too. Intermountain sent me a sprue with some of them on, and they were non-painted, so I had to paint them black and painted a red tip on there just like the other ones. So I'm going to glue that on while I have the shell off, because it's a lot more open that way. So I'm going to glue that on, and then all I have to do is put the shell back on and the couplers, and we're good to go. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully by the end of this video I'll have both these on the track running together. Alright guys, I'm going to get back to work. Alright, now that I got this buttoned up, let's test this out, make sure there's no grinding going on. There shouldn't be. Oh yeah, that's nice. Definitely fixed. And I actually didn't need new trucks for it. Evidently, I just need to do a little truck maintenance. Cool, very cool. Well, both my Intermountains are now fixed. These things are nice. Both of them are fixed now. They both run smooth. No wobble, no grinding. And they consist very well right out of the box. I didn't do any speed matching or anything yet. If you did notice, I do have some programming to do yet. The ditch lights aren't flashing with the horn. But I plan on upgrading the sound file anyways to full throttle, so I'll just probably do all that at the same time. But I'm telling you, I'm really happy with these things now. Like I said in the video, when you got locos that run good, sure is fun. So I look forward to really playing with these on the layout now. And it will be interesting to see how Scale Train's new SD40-2s, or how well these stack up to the SD40-2s come from Scale Trains, or vice versa. I'm anxious to take a look. I have 2 of them on pre-order, so whenever they come in, I will certainly have a video for you. But as for this, kudos to Intermountain for sending me replacement parts. I appreciate that. These things are absolutely, they're nice. So all in all, after all the problems, these things are nice. I'm very happy. I don't know what else to say. I just like to share my experiences, and yeah, I like them. Alright guys, take care. I'll see you on the next video.